Alright guys, welcome to another tutorial series from Xenotrust. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a multi-vendor e-commerce website using WordPress. Okay, so first off, you need a solution that would help you create such kind of website. Okay, and basically in this tutorial, we're going to be using Dokan. Okay, so I'm just going to say Dokan and I'll click enter. So if you search for Dokan, you should see their website. So the name of their website is wedevs.com. Okay, so if I click on it, it opens up and it shows me their landing page. Okay, so this is Dokan landing page. So basically, Dokan is a WordPress plugin that helps you create the multi-vendor e-commerce solution. Okay, and it of course is dependent on WooCommerce. Okay. All right, so let's go to our WordPress backend and let's install the free version of Dokan. So I'm just going to go to plugin and click on add new. Okay, so I would search for Dokan, so D-O-K and A-N, so D-O-K-A-N, and this is it here on the WordPress repository. I'll go ahead and install it. And I'll go ahead and activate it. Okay, but then before I activate it, I'll just use the opportunity to install WooCommerce. So that's WooCommerce. It's a plugin by the team behind the WordPress. So go ahead and install this as well. So go ahead and activate WooCommerce and the Dokan plugin. So I'll just quickly do that. Alright, so on trying to activate the WooCommerce plugin, the latest version of WooCommerce, you'll be prompted to set up WooCommerce. So just go ahead and set up your WooCommerce. So I'll just click on yes, please. All right, so just go through the motions, set up an address, and every requirement here. So I'll just be very fast with this and click on continue. So this is just a prompt that is asking me to get more features and share some non-sensitive data with WooCommerce. I'm going to click on continue. Okay, and then next we need to set up what kind of industry. Select the kind of industry we are setting up our WooCommerce for. So I'm just going to click on fashion, okay, and maybe food and drinks. So essentially you can select more than one and then click on continue. Okay, so this is the option that gives you the ability to select if you're selling physical products or downloadable products or virtual products. I'm just going to click on physical products and click on continue. There are some other options here that requires you to subscribe at $199 per year. Okay, but for now, for this purpose of this tutorial, I'll just click on physical products and then I'll click on continue. Okay, so how many products do you plan to display? Let's just do 11 to 100, and it doesn't really limit the number of products you can sell. So currently selling elsewhere, I'll just click on no. And so these are additional tools that can help you with your e-commerce store. Okay, so marketing on Facebook, I'm just going to uncheck that. Contacts customer with MailChimp, that's MailChimp email subscription. I'm going to uncheck that as well, and I'm also going to uncheck the last one. But feel free to go ahead and see how this three plugin work if you really want to go into the e-commerce thing. Okay, I'm going to click on continue. Okay, so now it's time for me to choose a theme. Okay, for now I'm just going to continue with my active theme. Okay, this is definitely not the theme I'm going to use for the website, but for now let's just do this. Okay, so enhance your store with Jetpack and WooCommerce services and all of this. I'm going to click no thanks because that's not the purpose of this tutorial. Okay, but you can go ahead and explore and learn about some of these things. Okay, so I'm almost there. Blah 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 blah. I'll click on continue. Okay, let's see. So essentially we have set up WooCommerce on our website. That's not all there is to setting up WooCommerce. Of course, there's the aspect of uploading products, setting up your payments gateway, but we'll come to that. Okay, so next let's go back to our Dokan website. So remember I said Dokan is the WordPress plugin we'll use to set up our multi-vendor WooCommerce website. And remember we also installed a free version of Dokan. Okay, let me just go to plugin and show you. So install plugin, and so this is Dokan. Okay, but there is a pro version of Dokan. In other words, there are more features we can benefit from if we use the Dokan Pro plugin. Okay, so I'm just going to click on, this is Dokan, webdevs.com/Dokan. This is the website. I'm going to click on get started. And as you can see, they have different plans with different features. Okay, but I think if you really want to, go head on setting up a multi-vendor WooCommerce website, I think you should go, the minimum you should go with is the professional license, which at the time of this tutorial goes for $249 per year. Okay, I think it's absolutely worth it. Okay, so go ahead and buy the professional license with them so you can actually see how the plugin works. Okay, they have so many features: seller verification, PayPal, Stripe, and some other integrations for payment, and other modules. Okay, all right, so basically go ahead and purchase, and you'll be able to download the pro version. Okay, so I'm going to use the pro version in this tutorial. Okay, all right, so before we continue, I would like you to head over to your pages and click on all pages. So basically what I want to show you is that WooCommerce plugin has generated some pages for us. Okay, so the checkout page, the cart page, my accounts page, and my orders page. Okay, and then the shop page. Okay, so these plugins were generated by WooCommerce. Okay, so check your pages, make sure you have them. Okay, all right, so now let's go back to our plugin page and work on setting up Dokan. Okay, so this is our plugin page. Like I said, in this tutorial I'll be using both the Dokan and the pro version of Dokan. Okay, so go ahead and purchase the plugin from the Dokan website, and I recommend the professional license, at least if you really want to set up your a good multi-vendor e-commerce with great features. Okay, all right, so they have a refund policy. Within 14 days, if you're not satisfied with the plugin, they are going to refund you your money without asking any questions. Okay, so it's risk free. All right, so let's go back, and I'm going to activate the Dokan Pro first. Okay, so next I'll activate Dokan. So now I'll show you why I activated the Dokan Pro first. Okay, so on activating the Dokan plugin, it will redirect you to this setup wizard. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up the Dokan plugin. So I'll just click on let's go. And basically you just click add a store URL. So I'm just going to leave it as store. Okay, and then shipping fee recipient, you can either set it to the vendor or the admin. What this simply means is that if your vendor is in charge of shipping the product or delivering the product, then whatever fee you charge should go to them. But if you as the admin manage the shipping process, then you should set it to admin. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it at admin, assuming that I'm the one shipping all of the products. Okay. All right, the next is tax fee recipient. So who bears the tax fee? Either the vendor or the admin, you decide. Okay. And then map API sources. So for now, I'm just going to leave out the Google API key. Okay, but actually you can set up Google API key, and we'll see what that does later in the tutorial. Next, share essentials. Basically, Dokan is seeking your permission to get some data that they can use to make the plugin better. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this out and then I'll click on continue. Okay, so on this page, the first option, new vendor enables selling. So when a vendor registers on your platform, do you want them to be able to begin selling immediately? Okay, so I'll just leave it as on, but you can go ahead and leave yours off for actual production purposes, because you may want to verify your vendor before they can be able to sell. Okay, so but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it as on. Okay, or I think I should actually leave it off so that we can have a live setting. Okay, so now the commission type. Now basically what this means is, for every sale a vendor that registers on your website makes, how many percent goes to you as the admin? Okay, because that's how you're going to make your profit. Okay, so I'm just going to go with 10%. So if a vendor sells $1,000, you make $100. Okay, so that's what this actually means, commission type. So it's in percentage. However, there are some other options. You can charge a flat amount that for every sale, maybe you make $10 or whatever. Okay, so but then I'll leave it as percentage. Okay, now this next option is telling us, do we want the vendor to have the ability to change order status? Okay, you can either set it as on or off, but it makes sense to enable your vendor to change order status. In other words, if they deliver the product, they should be able to change the order status. Okay, so I'll click on continue. All right, so this is the withdrawals settings. How do you want your vendors to be able to request for withdrawal? So I'm going to check on bank transfer and PayPal. Okay, so if you want to enable other options here, you can go ahead. There's Skrill and there's Wirecard. So but for this tutorial, I'll leave it as PayPal and bank transfer. Okay, next, minimum withdrawal amount. So you want to set this as either 0 to enable the vendors to be able to withdraw any amounts they have, but it makes sense to set it to a specific amount, like say 1,000. Well, maybe not 1,000, maybe $100. Okay, but you can set it to whatever you want. And order status for withdrawal, so they can only withdraw from completed orders. Okay, if they've not processed an order, if they've not completed an order, they will not be able to withdraw the amount. Okay, then let's click on continue. All right, so recommended for all Dokan marketplace. This is just asking us to install this WooCommerce conversion tracking. Okay, so but I'm just going to uncheck this and I'll click on continue. Okay, so we are done with the setup wizard for Dokan. Okay, now you can either choose to visit Dokan dashboard or click on more settings. Actually, there are a lot more settings we can, place in Dokan. But let me just click on visit Dokan dashboard so that we can see some stuff. Okay, so we are here. There really is nothing much on this page. Okay, so basically, let's do some other things. First off, I'm going to go to Google and I'll search for, okay, I'm going to the Dokan website. Okay, and basically what I want to do here is I want to search for themes that I can use that are, compatible with Dokan. Okay, so this is the Dokan website. Basically, let me scroll down and see if they have any suggestion for themes we can use. Okay, I wouldn't want to waste too much time looking for a theme. I'll just search for Dokan compatible theme. Okay, so Dokan compatible themes. Okay, and yeah, so right on their website wedevs.com, they have a list of themes you can use that are, compatible with Dokan. So I'm just going to scroll down and let's see some of them. So this is the first, Maketo. Okay, so as you can see, it's a very nice theme. um, you can actually go to theme forest and look at see what it looks like. Or okay, so this is another Unicase and Gone. So they have a number of themes, so feel free to um, look at some of the themes. Okay, but the theme I'm going to be using for this purpose of this tutorial is Electro. So Electro electronic store WooCommerce theme. Okay, it's a very popular theme that goes with Dokan. Okay, they have very nice features, so feel free to go ahead and use anything you like, but for the purpose of this tutorial I'm going to get the Electro theme and I'm going to use it. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that quickly. All right, so to purchase the Electro theme, basically I'm just going to I'm just going to search for Electro theme. Okay, so I like googling stuff, and you can get the theme on theme forest. So just go ahead to theme forest and get the theme. So it costs $59, but I can assure you that it's absolutely worth it. Okay, so go ahead and make the purchase if you really would like to use this theme. Otherwise, feel free to check out any of the other themes that are compatible with um, Dokan. Okay, and then also remember that it's not actually compulsory that you use a premium theme. You can always use a free theme for this project. So but if you want to use Electro theme, which I actually do recommend, then go ahead and make the purchase on theme forest. Okay, so I'll just do that quickly and we'll get right into it. So I'll pause the video and do that. All right, welcome back, guys. So I have installed the Electro theme on my WordPress dashboard. Um, basically, there is an Electro theme and then there's a child theme. So you want to use the child theme because the changes you make to your website, if you do not use the child theme, in other words, if you use the main Electro theme, when there is an update, you would lose all of those changes. So a child theme is a way to secure whatever customizations and changes you make. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and activate this Electro child theme. All right, so Electro child theme has been activated. So let's go ahead and close some of these tabs. I really don't need them anymore, so I'll just close this here. And yeah, so now let's refresh the front end of our website to see what it looks like. So I'm just going to click on this. And okay, so we have, this is what the Electro theme actually makes your website looks like immediately. Okay, and I think this is actually beautiful. So let's go ahead and do some customizations. When I work on WordPress, I usually do not like this admin bar on the front end. I like to see what exactly the user sees. So I'm just going to first of all remove the admin bar. Okay, so now for most people, they would probably go to WordPress backend and get a plugin called disable admin bar. Okay, but I think that's an overkill if you what you want to achieve is just to disable the admin bar. So I'm going to do it in a much simpler way. Okay, I'm going to locate my WordPress installation files. Okay, so this is a local server, a XAMPP server, but you will need to go to your control panel for your web hosting, and you need to locate your WordPress files. Okay, your WordPress folder. So it's usually something like um, public underscore HTML or something like that, and then within it you would see what WP admin, WP content, and the other files for WordPress. So basically you just need to open WP content and you need to come to themes. Okay, and remember that we are using Electro child theme, so I'm just going to open Electro child theme, and then I would open functions.php file. So basically it opens up in my code editor. Okay, so this is a local server, XAMPP to be specific, but whatever you do on your cPanel will take the same effect it's taking here. Okay, so basically what I'm going to say is I'm going to add a comment and say disable admin bar. Okay, and it's just a simple line of code. Okay, and that line is simply show underscore admin and then underscore bar, and then just set it to false. Okay, of course don't forget to add a semicolon. So just this simple line of code would disable the admin bar. So I really don't think getting a plugin for this function is necessary. Okay, so just go to your functions.php file and add this line of code. Okay, and your admin bar should be disabled. I'll go back to our website and I'll refresh the front page, and as you can see we don't have an admin bar anymore. Okay, so yeah, so we are good to go. Now the main thing we need to focus on is setting up Dokan. Okay, feel free to go and customize your page. Okay, in the spirit of customizing our home page, I'm going to excuse me, I'm going to create a page called home. Okay, so I'll go back to my WordPress backend and I'll go to pages. Okay, so do I have any page called home? So I really do not have a page called home. So the first thing I'll do is I'll create a page and name that page home. Okay, so I got to name this page home and then I'll publish. It's just a blank page. Okay, there's nothing on the page. Alright, so we have a potential home page. Now what I'll do next is I will come to appearance and customize to do some customizations for our front page. Okay, alright, so the first thing I want to do for this customization is I want to make the new page, the new blank page I just created, I want to make it our home page. So to do that, come to home page settings and set your home page to display a static page, and then select home. Okay, and then for your post page, of course you want to set it to be a blog, so blog page. So I had a blog page prior to creating this video, so you just go ahead and create a blog page and then set it, and then click on publish. Okay, next let's go ahead and refresh our page to see what we have. Okay, so we have just a blank page here, right? But the website still looks okay, still looks a little bit good. All right, so let's start some customizations from the top. Okay, from the top point of our website. So we need some kind of menu, okay, for this website. So let's quickly create a menu, and the menu is going to be created from the pages we already have. Okay, I assume you already have some idea to use WordPress and you know how to create and set a menu in WordPress, but I'll still go through the motion so that we can have a structure in place. Okay, so to create a menu, we're going to create a menu from the pages we have. Let's see. So let's go back to our pages and see what we have. Okay, so we have some pages that were created by WooCommerce, like my account, orders, and other stuff. Okay, but there are some Dokan pages that I would like us to have and we don't have. Hmm. Okay, so let's still go ahead and create a menu. So I'll come to appearance, and I would click on menu. Okay, and I'm going to name this menu main 1. Okay, and then I'll create menu. Okay, right now let's add some pages to our menu. Okay, so I'm going to add the checkout page, the cart page, the shop page, maybe the my accounts. Then let's see which other one. Let's see, my accounts. Is it necessary? Okay, I'll just add these ones to the page first. So add to menu. So I have these pages. Then let's see, I'm going to search for home. Okay, and I'm also going to add it to the page. So of course you want to make sure that the home is the first, and let's see, my account, I think my account is also important. Okay, and I'll make my account second, and maybe I'll make the shop page the third. Okay, so there's home, my account, shop, um carts, and checkout. All right, so I'm just going to leave it like this, but of course you know that you can create as many pages as you want that is relevant to your multi-vendor e-commerce website. I'm going to go ahead and save this menu. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is I want this menu to be displayed somewhere here as one of the key top menus on the page. Okay, and then on this other right end, I'm going to display another menu that would help users create a shop on your website. Okay, so let's create a second menu. So I would say create a new menu. And for this menu, I'm going to say I'm going to name the menu store menu. Okay, essentially this menu would be what would help your store owners maybe sign up and stuffs like that, and view their store. So I would say something like, I would add dashboard. So this dashboard page is for your store users to log into their dashboard. So I would say dashboard, and I'll add to menu. and I'll just rename this to something like store dashboard, okay, or vendor dashboard, sorry, vendor dashboard, okay. And let's see if there is any. Okay, maybe I'll just add store list, and then I'll click on add to menu. I think those are the things I'm interested in for now. Okay, there's another page I would like to add, I would like to add to this menu, but I haven't created that page yet. So I'm going to go ahead and save this menu and create the page. So the page I would like us to add is a registration form, strictly a registration form for vendors. So I'll just say page and add new, and the name of this page is going to be become a vendor. This page is going to contain the short code for vendor registration on your website. Okay, so basically I just gonna you can add Dokan shortcode from your WordPress editor. Okay, so this is the classic editor. There's the Gutenberg editor and the classic editor. Okay, so I prefer using the classic editor because I think it has a minimal and simple interface. If I'm going to use a page builder, then there's no point leaving the Gutenberg editor. So you can go ahead and install the plugin for classic editor. Okay, so this is the plugin for classic editor, and then it will restore the WordPress classic editor. So this is the vendor page, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a short code to vendor sign up. Okay, let's see. Vendor registration form. Okay, so basically this is the short code for Dokan vendor registration form. Next, I'm going to update this page. All right, the page is updated. Okay, now let's just quickly see what the page looks like. So I'll click on view page and let's see what we have. So it says I'm already logged in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this in an incognito tab. I'm going to open this in an incognito tab. So I'll say incognito window, and for some reason it wasn't displaying. Okay, so using XAMPP, I hope it opens up here. Okay, so it does open up. So this is what the vendor login page actually looks like. So vendor name, last name, email address, phone number, and then password. It's a strictly strictly a registration form for vendors. Okay, so I'll go ahead and close this. Apparently I used a shortcut to open this, and I opened more than one. All right, so let's go back to our menu and let's add. We may need to refresh. Okay, I think we can just search for it. So become a vendor. So we have it here, and we can just simply add it to the menu. Okay, so I think I'll make it the first, and I would say vendor sign up. Vendor sign up. Okay, I think I'm just going to say vendor sign up, and then I'll go ahead and save. Okay, so essentially we have two menus that we want to display on our page. Okay, so apparently from this menu page we can actually select where we want to display the menu. So for this vendor sign up menu, basically what we want to do is we want it to display on this top bar. for the right. So I'll come back to the menu page and I will say, where's the menu page? Okay, and I'll say top bar right, and then I'll save changes, and let's see where that displays. So I'll go ahead and refresh the home page and just to see where it displays. Okay, so we have um the menu we created right here. So there is vendor sign up, vendor dashboard, and store list. Okay, this store list is supposed to be a page that lists all the vendors we have on our web, on the platform. Okay, and then let's go ahead and set the menu for the top bar left. Okay, so I'll go back to the menu page and basically I'm going to select the main menu. Okay, and then I'll click on select for it to load. Okay, so home, my account, shop cart, checkout. There is also a wish list page I would like to add here, but I'll do that with a plugin. I'm going to say top bar left. Okay, top bar left, and then I'll click on save changes. Okay, so let's go ahead and refresh this page and we should see. All right, great. So we have home. So this is like the regular menu for any user, and but the menu on the right is for apparently for vendors sign up, and for vendors to be able to access their dashboard. Okay, so as you can see, the website is not looking bad. It's looking very okay, even though we've not started doing much on it. Okay, what do we do next? Okay, there is two additional menus I would like to add here. The first is wish list and privacy policy. Okay, but then the privacy policy can always go to any of the menus at the bottom, so maybe I'll just keep that for now. Okay, all right, now let's go into setting up our Dokan plugin. That's the main plugin that powers the website, the multi-vendor website. So I'll come to the back end, and right here we have Dokan. Okay, and basically we want to come to settings. So it opens up this Dokan setup for us, and we're gonna have to go through this setup so that we can properly understand the Dokan plugin. So the first is the general options. Okay, you want to leave this checked. Okay, admin area access. You don't want your vendors to be able to access the WordPress admin area. Okay, and then some of these settings we've actually done when we actually did when we went through the Dokan setup wizard. Okay, so vendor store URL, you can leave it as store or you can change it to whatever it is you want. Vendor setup wizard logo, so this is where you can actually set your logo. Okay, so I'm just going to click on choose file, and I have a file I uploaded. I just grabbed it and I uploaded it. I'm going to select this, I think, or is it this one? I really cannot remember which one I used, but I am gonna have to see. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, so I just chose a logo I found on the net. Okay, so I'm gonna use that as my vendor setup wizard. Okay, so disable welcome wizard. Well, you want to leave this unchecked. You want users to be able to go through the setup wizard to set up their shop. Okay, so store terms and conditions. Enable terms and conditions on registration. So we don't have a terms and conditions page. Okay, enable single seller mode. Basically you want to I'm going to check this for this particular tutorial. Excuse me. And then for store category, I'm going to leave it as single. Okay, when we create a shop, we would actually see what these options mean. Okay, and then let's click on save changes. All right, so remember we do not have a terms and conditions page. Okay, so basically I'm just going to quickly create a terms and conditions page. If you're going to have an e-commerce website, you definitely need a terms and conditions page and a privacy policy page. Okay, so I'm just going to add a blank page, and I'm going to just name it terms, and then I'll publish it. Okay, I'll go back to pages, and I think my theme, I think the WordPress installation came with this privacy policy page. So basically I just need to edit it and save it, because it's currently a draft. Okay, and then there's some um, content that was automatically generated when I installed WordPress. So I'm going to click on publish to publish this page, and so essentially I have a privacy policy page and a terms and conditions page. Okay, all right, so let's continue with our setup. The next is selling options. So this is just about the commissions, and remember we set it to 10%. So essentially this 10% simply means that we make 10% of whatever sale is made on the platform. Okay, vendor capabilities. So new vendor products upload. So essentially you want to allow newly registered vendors to add products. So I'm going to check that. Okay, and the next option, disable product pop-up, I'll leave that as unchecked. Order status change, allow vendor to update order status. You want to leave this checked, okay, such that when a vendor has completed an order, in other words, when they've either fulfilled that order or delivered the order to the customer, they can set the order to completed. Okay, new product status, you want to leave this as pending review. Essentially, when a vendor uploads a new product, you want to be able to review that product to make sure that it meets the specification for products on your website before the product is visible on the home page, okay, or on your shop page. Allow vendors to duplicate their products. Well, you can leave this unchecked. You can leave this checked as well. Edit product status, set product status as pending review whenever a vendor edits or updates a product. So you want to set this, okay, such that when any of your vendor updates or changes some part of the product, you can get to review it before you publish it on your website. All right, leave this checked as well. Products mail notification, and vendors can create tag. Well, it's up to you. Essentially, the same way tags work in WooCommerce is the same way it works in Dokan. So you can allow vendors to create tags, and then discount editing, allow vendors to add discount on products, allow vendors to add discount on order. Well, I'm just going to leave this unchecked to keep things simple, but you can actually keep this checked. Hide customer info. Now some people have said that they would like to hide customers info from the vendor to prevent offline transaction. In other words, a vendor can actually contact a customer and they can start doing business outside of your website. So you want to check this to hide the customer info. Okay, all right, so the last is vendor products review. Vendor can change product review status from the vendor dashboard, so you can leave this checked as well. I'll go ahead and save the changes. All right, so the changes have been saved. The next option is the withdrawal option. Remember we set PayPal and bank transfer when we were setting up our Dokan store. So these are the options available for vendors to request withdrawal. Okay, all right, minimum withdrawal limit, we set it to $100. Exclude cash on delivery payments. So if an order is paid with cash on delivery, then exclude. We're not going to enable cash on delivery on our platforms, so we don't really need these settings. Okay, so order status for withdrawal, the order status must be completed before a vendor can request for withdrawal. Okay, withdrawal threshold. So I'm just going to leave this inactive, and then hide withdrawal options. Hide withdrawal options when vendor is getting commissions automatically. Well, you can as well do this, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to leave this unchecked. Okay, and then I'll click on save changes. Alright, the next option is the page settings. These are automatically set by the Dokan plugin. So there is a dashboard page which is set to dashboard, and but the last thing we need to do is to set a terms and conditions page. So basically, I'm just going to click, and remember we created a terms page, and we created a terms page earlier. So I'm just going to set terms, and then I'll click on save changes. Alright, let's go to appearance and enable map of store location in store sidebar. Okay, this is where we get the option to use Google Map API. Okay, and basically to get your Google Map API key, you can just follow the instructions here. If I click on API key, it will service unavailable. Well, but essentially you can just follow the process and get your API key. Okay, and then that API key will be pasted here. So I already have some API key I used before, and it's here, and the API key will be stored here. Display a vendor contact form in the store sidebar. Yes, this is important. You can leave this checked. So but for now, I'm going to disable this feature, okay, because I really do not want it for now. Store banner width, you can leave this as default. Hide vendor info. Now you may want to hide vendor's email address and phone number, such that customers would not be able to contact the vendor directly. In other words, they will contact you on your website if they want to make any kind of inquiry. This will go a long way to prevent offline transactions between your customers and your vendors. In other words, your customers can actually boycott your website and transact directly with a vendor. Okay, so enable store sidebar from your theme. Well, I'll go ahead and check this. So let's go ahead and save the changes. So changes saved. Let's see the next option, privacy policy. Okay, so the privacy policy page, remember we created a privacy page, and that is it. Okay, so this is some information that will be used when people sign up, just to give them some form of confidence that their information and their data will not be shared and all of that, blah blah blah. So enable privacy policy vendor store contacts form. I'll just click on save changes, and seller verification. Now there are different ways we can verify a seller on the platform. There is the Facebook, and there is Twitter and Google, and as well as LinkedIn. Essentially, you need to create an app with the respective platforms. So this is a link, like for Facebook. Now if I click on this link, it will, my internet is off, so give me a minute, let me just turn on my internet. So I turned on my internet, and I'm just going to click on the link, and as you can see, it brings me to the page where I can actually go ahead and create a Facebook app. Okay, so I can go ahead and click on add new app, and then I'm just going to show you so you can follow the instructions. Let's see. So to follow the instructions to create an app, I'm just going to search for how to a face Dokan. So that would be Dokan. So essentially, I searched for how to create a Facebook app using Dokan plugin. Okay, so it shows me the result. I'm just going to open this up and let's see. So this is the instructions we need. Okay, so this is the instructions we need to create a Facebook app such that we'll be able to have an app ID and app secret key that we can use to um, verify our vendors. Okay, so essentially basically what this does is that it retrieves your vendors Facebook account or Twitter account as well as Google account to make sure that they are who they say they are. Okay, so feel free to follow the instructions on the Dokan docs, to create your Facebook app ID for your website. I'm not going to go through that in this tutorial, so let's go on. Okay, so the next settings is verification SMS gateway. Okay, so basically you can also verify your vendors using an SMS code. Okay, so there are two services that we can use to do this. There is the Twilo and there is Nexmo. Okay, so Twilo is really very popular. You can go ahead and click on the link to create a Twilo account, from which you can now get number, account SSID, and auth token. Okay, so basically for Twilo you actually don't need to subscribe to, you don't need to pay any money to get this data, these details from them, because the verification process is only going to be done once, okay, for per user. So you really do not need to subscribe at this point. But so that's how you can also add in SMS verification. Next is email verification. Of course, this is very important. Okay, so you want to enable email verification for your vendors, so go ahead and click on this to enable email verification and save changes. Okay, so social API. Basically this social API is for logging in. Okay, so if you want your users generally, not just your vendors, to be able to log in using Facebook, Twitter, Google, and even LinkedIn, go ahead and create an app, okay, for this. And like I said earlier, you can check the Dokan documentation for how to do some of these things, how to create apps and APIs and all of that. So the next is RMA. I think that's the refund policy. Okay, so basically, which order status would you want to give return or warranty facility? Essentially, you want to enable it for completed orders. No, you want to enable it for, yeah, completed orders. In other words, orders that have been delivered to the user, but for some reason they are not comfortable with the product. You want to be able to have a policy that ensures that they can get their money back. Okay, so enable refund requests, and you want to set that to yes. Enable coupon requests, well, I'll leave this as no. And then reason for refund, so basically here you can just add different reasons, possible reasons why a user can request for a refund. So I can just say product was bad. Okay, and then I'll click on plus to add it. So product was bad. I'll add something else. I'll say product was not as described on the website, so something like that. And then I'll add this, and then there'll be like a refund policy. So this is where you need to add like a refund policy. For example, I can say we offer a 14-day refund, no question asked. Okay, so but of course you want to add something more comprehensive, something that covers various areas. And then but I'll just go ahead and save changes. This is not a live website, I don't want to spend too much time. Okay, so let's look at the next settings, product report abuse. Okay, So you want to be able to allow users to send in reports when they think that a product is bad. Okay, but I'm going to enable this for only logged in users to reduce spam on this feature. Okay, so these are the possible things they can report. You can add more. So let's just see, content is violent. Okay, I'll just say the content was or is bad. I'll just say the content is bad, and then I would add this. Okay, as you can see, the content is bad. So I'll go ahead and save changes. And the last is single products multi-vendor. But for now, I would not want to spend too much time on this enable single products multi-vendor functionality. Let's just go to product subscription and see what we have there. So essentially, this product subscription option, basically, if you are going to set the product subscription option, then you're going to need to do away with the commission based earning. Okay, essentially what the product subscription option does is that it gives you an ability to create different subscription packs for your vendors. Okay, um for example, you can have a silver pack, a gold pack, and a diamond pack. Each of those products subscription packs would have different pricing. Okay, but of course you need to create the page first, and that's not the route we are going. Of course, we can look at that in a later stage, but essentially when you create different subscription packs on a particular page, then a vendor can make payments for that product subscription pack. For example, they can pay say $10 and for gold subscription pack, and that gold subscription pack may give them the opportunity to upload, let's say, 200 products or 100 products for a period of 30 days. So every 30 days they will need to renew that subscription pack. Okay, so basically that's what this product subscription does. In other words, it takes away the commission based earning for your vendor. Instead, they will just pay for a monthly subscription or yearly subscription. Okay, but we're going to look at that much later in the tutorial. Okay, all right, so basically we've gone through all of the settings for our Dokan. Now let's go and see the testing phase and see what we've done so far. So I'm going to open an incognito tab, and let's just say, let me copy the link and open an incognito tab because I'm logged in here. So I'll go ahead and open this up. All right, so we have our web page, and there's a lot we haven't set up in our theme. Okay, I think I should just go through the theme setup before we come to our testing. Okay, so let's just go to our theme setup. So to set up your theme, first off, I'm going to close these areas we're not using, okay, to have a clean workstation. All right, so let's come to customize. All right, now to set up your theme, basically you need to come to the back end of your website, come on appearance and customize. It will bring you to this customizer page. Okay, and let's just quickly go through the theme setup. So site identity, this is where you can set up your logo and your site title, your tagline. So for the tagline, I'm just going to say best so this should be e-commerce website, and then the name of your website site title. So I'm just going to say commerce, and then if you have a logo, I don't think I have a logo prepared. These logos are, let's see, so no, I don't have a logo prepared. Okay, so these logos don't have transparent background, so I'm not going to bother using them. Okay, so go ahead and set up your logo and your site icon. Okay, the dimension for the site icon is 512 by 512, and then I'm going to go back and we'll look at colors. So this is where you can set your background color for your website. I'll leave it as it is, and then we'll look at, okay, I think I should publish and refresh this page. I think there are more options that are missing, so I'm going to refresh the page and let's see. So it appears our theme doesn't have some very important settings, and I apparently know the reason why. Okay, so basically I'll just go to plugins. So I'll just click on plugins and I'll click on install plugins, and as you can see, there are some plugins that our Electro theme have, depend on. Okay, so basically these are the plugins that Electro theme depends on. So basically what I gotta do is I gotta click on begin installing plugins. Okay, and I'll just do this, and it shows me here the following plugins that Electro theme depends on, to be able to work properly. So what I'll do is I'm not going to install all of them. I'm just going to click on one, contact form and Electro extension. I'll leave out Envato markets, Redux framework, regenerate thumbnail. I'll leave out revolution slider. What else? I'll leave out WP bakery. Then I would click on WooCommerce wishlist by Youth. Okay, so those are the plugins I think I need for this particular tutorial. So I would click on bulk action and install, and then I'll click on apply. So the installation process will begin immediately. So the plugins have been installed. Okay, next I'm going to activate all of these plugins. So I'll go to return to plugin installer, and I would activate the plugins I installed. Okay, so I would select this and Redux framework, regenerate thumbnail, I don't need, and Youth wish lists. You can also use the Youth WooCommerce compare if you want the features on your store, but I'm not going to use that in this tutorial. I would activate all of these plugins. So those plugins have been activated. Okay, now I'll go back to my customizer page and I'll refresh the page. Okay, so as you can see, we have more options, okay, on our customizer. Some of these options we didn't have before, prior to the time we installed the other plugins that Electro theme depends on. Okay, the other dependencies. So so essentially we can go ahead and look through all of these settings. First off, I'm going to disable the page title. Okay, so like I said, you can do that with a plugin, but I discovered that when you use a plugin to disable page title on Electro theme, the page title has a way of keep coming up and all and stuff like that. So I just use a quick shortcode to disable the plugin, and basically all you need to do is to come to additional CSS. I'm going to close this notification, and you can just write a simple line of code that will disable the header title from your pages. Okay, so but basically first off you need to know the ID of this page. So let's come to pages and let's go back to pages. Okay, and basically I need to know the ID of my home page. So this is home, right? If I click on edit, okay, just at the left corner, left lower corner of my screen, there is this option, there is this URL, localhost /tut/wp-admin, and then there is post equals 36. Okay, so this is essentially the ID of this page, this 36, post equals 36. Okay, so basically I have the page ID. Okay, another way you can actually know that page ID is by coming to your home page, and if I right click and click on view page source, I can say search for, I'll say Control F to find, and I'll say entry hyphen title. Okay, so if I search for entry title, just above the entry title I see post hyphen 36. Okay, so this is the page ID. Okay, and then this entry title is a class, and essentially this entry title is what is being displayed on your website. So basically come to your customizer and add this short line of code. The first is dot page hyphen id, and then hyphen 36, which stands for the page ID, and then add dot entry title, entry hyphen title, and add a line of code that hides display to none, and then close it up, and then go ahead and click on publish. Essentially what this code does is that it hides the entry title. Okay, so if I go to the front end and refresh the page, you see that this home would not show. Okay, so the home has disappeared. So essentially that's how you hide your page title in Dokan. Okay, if you use a plugin, somehow the page title keeps coming up. Okay, so that's the first trick. So we've hidden our page title. Now let's go ahead and edit customize our web page, okay, our home page. So essentially we come to customizer, and let's go back to the settings. So we're going to look at the settings from top to bottom. All right, welcome back, guys. I had to take a break. Okay, so in setting up our customizer for our WooCommerce website, our multi-vendor WooCommerce website, essentially all you just need to do is go through all of the settings. Okay, so from general, to shop, header, and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go to the important ones. So for the header, for example, there are like 3 or 4 different kinds of header for Electro. Okay, so feel free to come and check out some of the header styles. So currently this is header V2. If I click on this V2, you see that there is V1, V3, and like that. But I prefer V2. I just like it. But let's just see what V1 looks like. So you see it changed the header design. Okay, so feel free to check out some of the settings and go with the one that you really fancy. Okay, so let's go back, and so there is the footer setting, and as you can see we can edit our copyright. Okay, so our copyright right here, commerce, blah blah blah, all right reserved, you can edit it and make it say whatever you want. Okay, so feel free to go through some of the settings here, and then there's even some mobile settings, okay, to make sure that your website is properly configured for the mobile experience. So you can even choose a mobile home page. Okay, so if you select this, it will show you all your page. If you want to design a page specifically for the mobile view, okay, you can do that here, but I'm just going to leave that out for now. And let's see, so there is the social media settings area where you can input your social media links. So I'm just going to put hash, and let's say Google Plus or Pinterest hash. So these are just dead links, but I just wanted to show you, how it works. So as you put your links, they will be displayed on the footer section of the website. Okay, so feel free to edit some of these footer settings. Okay, these are footer widgets. Feel free to make, edit them and make them suitable for your needs. Okay, there is the style identity, where you put in your logo, your site title, and even your site icon. Okay, all right, so what other important settings do we have? So for now, those are the settings that we need, to go through. You would also need to set up MailChimp if you want to have a newsletter feature um, on your website. So you need to open an account with MailChimp. Okay, so mailchimp.com, and basically you just need to sign up for a free account, and you, after signing up, you need to get your API. So they'll provide you with an API key that you would require to set up your MailChimp on this platform. Okay, so basically you can just refer to the documentation. So I'll just say Electro Theme Setup, and I'll just add MailChimp, or I'll just say Electro Theme, Control X, and I'll say MailChimp Setup. So you will see somewhere they have newsletter. Okay, so I'll just leave this link in the description. It's going to guide you on how to set up your MailChimp, okay, such that you can have a newsletter feature on your multi-vendor e-commerce website. Okay, so basically these are the settings you just need to go through as far as the theme is concerned. But the main thing we're going to be working on is our Dokan plugin. Okay, because that's like the main engine that powers your multi-vendor e-commerce website. So now let's head over to, I'll click on publish, and let's head over to setting up our Dokan plugin. Okay, so this is the Dokan plugin setup right here, and remember we've gone through it. So this is the settings. We've gone through most of the settings. Okay, so now let's go ahead and test out the Dokan platform. So what I'll do is I'll open an incognito tab and try to sign up on this incognito tab. So I'll just get the URL, and this is the incognito tab, and let's open it up. All right, so we're here. It's a blank website, but we can sign up with the vendor sign up page. Okay, so I'll click on the vendor sign up, and as you can see, there's this form here where we can use to sign up as a vendor. But also, if I click on my accounts, it will bring me to this page. Okay, so essentially there is a login form and there's a registration form, and on that registration form I can choose to register as a customer or a vendor. Okay, so essentially this form can actually do the vendor registration. So I'm just going to go through the motions and try to register. So I'll just do that quickly, and I'll choose a password, and I'll say I am a vendor. And when I click on I am a vendor, it shows me more options for the registration. So I got to put in more details, unlike if I'm just a customer where my email and my username is enough to register. So I just got to quickly fill in this, and I'll say okay, and then it automatically generates a shop URL for me. So I'll just leave it at that, and then add a phone number. Okay, so it says Trust is not available. Yes, I think I used it earlier, so I'm just gonna say and I think it should be available. So I'll click outside. So okay, so it's available. Okay, and I would agree to the terms and conditions, and then I'll click on register. Oh, so I already have an account with this email address. So basically I'm just gonna have to change this email address to something else. So just give me a moment and I'll change it and try and register again. So I have changed my email address and I'm going to try to register again. Oh, I need to check this and then I'll click on register. Voila. Okay, so it says please check your email and complete email verification to log in. Okay, so essentially an email has been sent to me, the newly registered vendor. An email has been sent to me and I'm going to check that email and complete the registration. Okay, so just I'll do that outside of here. Okay, so I went ahead and I clicked on the verification link sent to my email, and now I'm just gonna try and log in. Okay, okay, voila. So I'm logged in and this is what the Dokan dashboard actually looks like. Okay, so let's just see. It has quite a number of features, many of which you may not actually need um for your multi-vendor e-commerce website. Okay, so but let's just go through it. So this is what the dashboard looks like. There are some notification tabs. Okay, so you have the review, the product, the orders, um and the amount the seller has made. Okay, so let's look at the products section, and as you can see there is no product. We've not added any products yet, so I can go ahead and click on add new product and let's see what it looks like. So we have a pop-up that enables us to add a product. So let's just go through the motion. So I'm going to upload a product. Let's just get an image I downloaded. So where's my desktop? And I'm just going to add a product of this wristwatch. Set featured image, and then I'm just going to say classy wristwatch. Okay, I'm going to say the price is $5,000, but then the discounted price, which is actually the price it will be sold for, is $4,800. Okay, I'm going to select a category. I do not have a category for now, so it's going to be have to uncategorize. And for the product tag, I'm just going to say watch, and then I would select this. So I've created a new product tag. Next, we need to add some form of description. So let's just something short. This is a classy wristwatch, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, so I'll click on create product. Now as you can see, there is also this option here, create and add new. Okay, but what we really need is to create a product. Okay, so I'm just going to click on create product. And as you can see, it says pending review, and that's because when we were setting up Dokan, we told Dokan that we wanted to set all newly added product as pending. Okay, so this product, we'll need to review this product before it's displayed on our website, and that's actually the proper thing that should be done. Okay, so but now let's scroll down and we see that we actually have a lot more options. So this is actually the short description that we set. There is a description which actually stands for the long description, but actually the short description will do. Like one description is actually okay, sufficient for the product. Okay, and then there is the inventory where our vendor has to add in a stock keeping unit and then specify how many of the products they have in stock. Okay, so if they click on enable stock management, they get to add the stock quantity and low stock threshold. This low stock threshold, essentially what it is it's the number of products that you want WordPress to notify you, okay, such that you can either increase the number of stock or delete that product. So if I set this stock quantity to, let's say, 10, and I set the low stock threshold to 2, when I sell 8 of these products, in other words, when it's remaining 2 products for this particular watch, WordPress will send me a notification that, look, you have just 2 products left, what do you want to do? Okay, so that's what this low stock threshold means. And then there's specification, you know shipping and tax. I don't know if you really want your vendors to be able to determine this. Okay, I think personally it's something I think should be set from you, the admin. And then there's linked product and attributes and RMA options. Okay, this is for return policies and stuff, warranty. I mean, the so many things you typically will not need for your multi-vendor website, so it's just a lot of headache for your vendor. Okay, so but basically I'm just going to go ahead and still click on save. Okay, I did not make any change, so there's no need clicking on save products except for the stock quantity. So because I tampered with the stock quantity, I'm going to click on save products. So it says success, this product has been saved successfully. Okay, why not let's add another product. So I'll click on products and let's add another one. So I'll say add new product, and I'll go ahead and upload something. This time I'm going to use a t-shirt. So I'll set featured image, and then I'll say t-shirts, or I'll say men's shirts, something. And then I'll set the price to $2,000, and the discounted price I will set to 1,500. Okay, and of course if I wanted to add another image, all I just need to do is click on the plus icon here, and then I can add more images. Okay, so for categories, it's still going to be uncategorized because I have not set any category from the admin area, so you may need to do that from your admin area. And then I'm just going to say shirt, and I'll click on this to add it. Then I would enter some description, short description, and say this is the best shirt in the States. Alright, and then I'll click on create product. Okay, so the product has been created and is pending review. So imagine that you have to now go through all of the motions, your vendor has to go through all of these motions, and adding a stock keeping unit, which I do not think you should leave this to your vendor. So essentially this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can customize your Dokan to fit your needs. Okay, so imagine that for every product a vendor added, they needed to add their own stock keeping unit. And personally I think they should just be able to manage the stock quantity, and some of these stock keeping units should be done automatically. That's what I personally think. So that's basically what I'm going to be showing you in the other videos that will follow this tutorial. It will be on editing Dokan. Okay, so essentially this product has also been saved. So let's just see what it looks like on the front end of our website. So I'm going to come to Dokan, the front end, as the admin, and I'll click on products. So where is my products? So this is WooCommerce products, and I'll select all products. But before then, I'm going to refresh the front end of the website just to show you that none of the products we have entered has been displayed on the website. So I'm going to go to, so this is the front end of the website. I'll click on shop, and as you can see, it says no products were found matching your selection. So there's no product on this website at this moment. But I'll go to products, and as you can see, we have the 2 products, but they are pending. Now what to make this product display on the website, all you just need to do is to edit the product. So I'll click on edit for the first and the second. So I'm editing the product, and okay, so basically all I need to do is, first off, I'm going to add a category. So I would say add category, and I'll say shirt. I'm just gonna say shirt. I don't want to spend too much time. So shirt, and I'll check on categorize, and I'll click on publish. Okay, so by publishing it, the article will then be displayed on the front end of the website. Okay, so I'll go to the next product, and I'm going to add a category, and this time I'll say men accessory, and I'll add this category, but then I will uncheck uncategorize, and then I'll publish. So the both products have been published. Okay, and remember, this product was added by a vendor. Okay, this guy here, this vendor here. So both of them have been published on the website. Now let's go ahead and refresh the store page. So where's our shop page? So I'm just going to say shop. Wow, so we have 2 products displayed on our website, and this product was uploaded by a vendor. Okay, so essentially we are already setting up our Dokan multi-vendor WordPress plugin for this website. Okay, so these 2 products uploaded by a vendor, and the more product the vendor uploads, the more of those products will be displayed on the website. Okay, so but then there's one thing. Remember, I have not set in a payment gateway for this what's it called, this product. So let's go ahead and set up a payment gateway, such that people can make purchase on the website. So essentially it's a very straightforward process. All you need to do is, first of all, I'll close some of the tabs I'm not using. So what I gotta do is, I'm gonna come to WooCommerce, and I'll go to settings. So I'm in WooCommerce and settings, and I'm just going to go to payments. Okay, so what I'll do now is, I'm going to enable direct bank transfer. Okay, so I enable direct bank transfer, and if I click on setup, essentially I'm going to have to add some instructions here. So I'll say make your payment directly into a bank account, blah 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 blah. So at this point, you maybe want to enter in your bank account details. So this is the account details section. So just go ahead and enter in your bank account details and click on save changes. Okay, so I'm just going to say Zeno XYZ, and I'm just going to type an account number, okay, and a bank name, and then the bank short code, and all of this. But essentially, to do a transfer in where I'm making my tutorial, all you need is your bank account and the bank name, as well as the bank. So I can go ahead and save. So essentially, I just enabled direct bank transfer and cash on delivery. So next, you want to PayPal. PayPal is a very common payment gateway, so you want to enable PayPal and set up PayPal as well. So for PayPal, all you need to do is, of course, the title, leave it as PayPal, the description same. All you need to do is to add in your PayPal email, okay? So you add in your PayPal email. So you say, please enter your PayPal email address. This is needful in order to take payment. So if you just enter your PayPal email, that's all you need to do. But then if you want some more advanced option, then you can look at this PayPal sandbox and other stuffs under it. Okay, but essentially by entering in your PayPal email address, you are good to go. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go to the website and try to purchase this watch. So I'll click on the watch, and as you can see, I'm going to add the watch to my cart. Okay, and this is the watch. It shows here that it's added to my cart, and basically I can click on the cart and check out. So I'll just check out. Okay, so this is the point where you gotta enter in your name, your bio data, and then excuse me, and then you can click on place order. So I'm just gonna enter in my bio data, and okay, so I'll click on place order. Okay, I don't think I selected. Oh, it was direct bank transfer selected. Okay, so let's just go ahead and continue. So it says here, order received, and then it says thank you for your order, order number, blah blah blah, total payments, direct bank transfer. Okay, so below it that shows my bank details. Our bank details is XYZ, and this is it. Okay, so the customer is expected to make the transfer, okay, before you fulfill the order. So now let's go back to the vendors page. So this is the vendors page, right? I'll click on dashboard. First, if I click on product, you will see that I have 2 verified products. So it says these 2 products and their status is online. Okay, so they are verified. But then what I need to do is I need to click on dashboard. So you see here it shows that I've made a sale of 4,800, but I have not earned anything. That's because I have not fulfilled this sale. So for example, if I have delivered this sale to the customer, all I need to do is to come to orders and set the sale to completed. So the total is 1, the on hold is actually 1. So if I click on this on hold, right, or either on hold or I click on total, you see that the status is on hold, right? If I click on this icon here that says complete, it will change the status from on hold to completed. In other words, the status of this product will be set to completed. Okay, so it says here no orders found. Now if I click on completed here, you see that there is 1. So let me just click on it and show you. So it says the order is completed. Now let's go back to our dashboard and we'll see something. From our dashboard here, we see that I've earned 4,320. Okay, that's because we set the commission for the owner of the platform to 10%. So 10% has been deducted from this sale. Okay, so that 10% goes to the owner of the platform, you the owner of the platform, and this is what the vendor can make withdrawals on. So now let's look at some of the settings here. So there is the orders. Okay, it shows you the orders that have been made, and it's a very useful feature. And then there's the coupon feature. Okay, so you've not set any coupon, you can go ahead and add coupon. Okay, but then the setting is in the front end, the admin area, where we say we want the vendors to be able to create coupons for their website. So there is also the report. Okay, so this is the the amount of sales this vendor has made. Okay, let's look at some other options. And then there's the reviews. So essentially, customers can leave a review on the website. Okay, and those reviews will be displayed here. Okay, then the very important option is to make withdrawals. So your vendors can actually make withdrawals. Okay, so it shows the current balance, and but here it says no withdrawal method is available. Please update your payment method to withdraw funds. So let's just click on settings such that we can update our payment method. Okay, so let's look at it. So bank, I need to add my bank details to be able to make withdrawals. Okay, so but then we can also set up PayPal such that so our PayPal email is actually here. Okay, so we can either make withdrawals with PayPal or with bank transfer. Okay, so you can go ahead and set whichever one you want. If you want just strictly PayPal, then from the admin area you can set it to just PayPal. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the dashboard so that we can see some other things. And then there is the return request. So if users make a if users return a product or request for a refund, this is where you get to see the options. So currently there's nothing here. And then there's also this updated feature where users can follow a particular vendor. Okay, and that you see any user following a vendor will be shown in the followers section. So for now I don't have any. And then there's the support. So but there is also no support ticket. Now for a multi-vendor website, you may not want to leave this feature available for reasons that it may encourage the customer to transact directly with the vendor. In other words, they may just bypass you and do the transaction. Okay, so this settings is actually to set up your store. Okay, so if I click on settings, you see that my store profile is just 20% complete. So I can go ahead and add a banner to my store and a profile, upload a profile picture for my store, and set other settings for my store. There is the option to set in the opening and closing time. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say something like open and then the time, so 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. So this should ideally be 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. So 8:30 a.m. to maybe like so, so I gotta set this. Let's see. Oh, I scroll down too much. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to leave it like that. But essentially, you can set your customers can your vendors can set their opening and closing time. Okay. So I'm just gonna click on update settings. Oh, it says this field is required, so I'm just gonna set any country and any state. Okay, and then I'll click on update settings. I hope it updates now. So I've updated that setting. So I just go ahead and set in all of the and look at all of the settings here as and decide which one you need for your multi-vendor e-commerce website. I can almost guarantee that you do not need everything. Okay, now you may have noticed that the dashboard for the vendor is quite busy. So one of the issues with Dokan is actually decluttering this vendor dashboard. You want to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so in subsequent tutorials for Dokan, I'm going to show you how to customize Dokan, okay, to suit your needs. Okay, so basically I don't think you need many of these options. So in the next set of tutorials, I'll leave a link in the description for those tutorials. I'm going to show you how to customize Dokan to add and remove every single feature you see here, and to customize it to meet your needs as a multi-vendor e-commerce owner. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this lecture. It was quite long, but I mean, you need to actually understand the plugin properly if you're going to set up a multi-vendor e-commerce website. But so far we've been able to set it up and register and even upload products on our website. Okay, so essentially this is the basics of setting up a multi-vendor e-commerce website using Dokan plugin and WooCommerce. In the next set of tutorials, let's see how we can customize our Dokan plugin. But then before we go, let's do something on our home page. So I'm just going to go to pages, because remember our home page doesn't actually display anything. So you see, it doesn't display anything except for this default products. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pages and I'll go to home page. So home page, and I click on edit. Okay, and basically I'm just going to click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so this is Elementor page builder. Okay, I'm going to add a section. I'm not going to bother about putting a heading. Basically what I got to do is I'm going to add an Electro widget. So I searched for Electro, and let's see what can I add. Electro products. So I'm going to add Electro products 6-1 block. So let's just see what this looks like. Okay, so as you can see, it displays our products on the website. Okay, and it also shows our categories here. So I can go ahead and say something like, let me see, so essentially what I clicked has no product. What this does is that if there is a category that doesn't have a product, it disables it. Okay, and then let me add a title. I'll say recent, or I'll say on sale. I'll just say on sale, and I'll stop there, and then I'll click on update. Okay, so now let's just quickly refresh our home page and see. Okay, So we refreshed our homepage, and as you can see, this is what the widgets we just added looks like, okay, on the homepage. So feel free to go ahead and look at some of the widgets on the platform here, okay. Feel free to go ahead and look at some of them and try out some of them on your homepage. Try and look at different designs, okay. So I don't want to make the tutorial too long. So in the next set of tutorial, like I said earlier, we're going to look at customizing the Dokan dashboard, okay, for your vendors, okay. That's the key thing we're going to look at in the next set of short tutorials, okay. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and see you in the subsequent tutorials.